Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be talking about a winter storm threat that is about to unfold here for the Midwest, the Great Plains, and the Mid-Atlantic region. So if you guys do want more updates on this winter storm, leave a like and subscribe and turn on those notifications because I'll be going live basically every day until the storm happens and while the storm happens as well. So if you guys want to, keep up to date on what's happening with the weather, subscribe to the channel. I got you guys, and yeah, we're gonna get into the forecast, so let's go. Now this is the European model run, and what the European is showing, and this is gonna be around, let's fast forward this is gonna be around Saturday. So this is Saturday, showing a winter storm forming right here in the middle of basically Kansas and Nebraska, and this is 36 hours out from the looks of it right here. So you do have a winter storm starting to develop here. You got a little bit of a heavy snow happening right here, according to the European, and you have your big area of snow that's starting to form over here. You also have your sleet and ice accumulations that are going to start happening as well, and that's another thing we're going to talk about is the ice storm. The ice storm looks fairly significant, so I really do want to just put that out there and talk more about the ice storm here in a moment. But you keep pushing this through, and the snow starts to get a lot more heavier in say for like Kansas City in that region, and ice too. Ice and snow start to get a lot more heavier, and you keep pushing this to the east. Now we're going to switch over to the Midwest region. Now this is the Midwest region, and this is what it's showing right now. So right now it's showing, like I said, a big snow band coming through. I mean, look at that. That is a lot of freezing rain popping up right there. That, you see that? See that? Let me circle it for you guys. So this area right here is your freezing rain. Future Messiah here, and no, that area is not your freezing rain. Actually, the orange area is the freezing rain and the ice and all that. The pink is mixed precipitation. That is what I was pointing out there. So apologies for messing that up for you guys. Like I said, I'm still learning. And the pink areas inside the blue is heavy snow, like super heavy snow. And I mean, it's showing an entire band of heavy snow popping off over here in these regions. So that's something to really keep in mind about. This is going to be a heavy band of snow. And I mean, if you're in places like St. Louis, Kansas City, Indianapolis, Columbus, maybe even Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati's over here. Yeah, Cincinnati's over in that region. But even if you're in Cincinnati or even Louisville, you could be getting some heavy snow from this. So I just want to just put that out there now. Some of the snowfall totals that these models are showing it's outrageous. So I'm going to show you guys that in a moment. But you keep pushing this through, and as you can see, this storm starts to go up a little bit more north, and Louisville, you start to switch over to freezing rain and sleet. And yeah, I mean, this is actually, I think this is the freezing rain right here. Yeah, this is the freezing rain. Wow, that's a lot of freezing rain. That is not good. But this is showing heavy snow up there for Cincinnati, maybe even Columbus. I think this should happen a little bit further north, more than likely. I think this will happen a little bit further north than what the European is showing. I'm not sure 100%, but from what I'm looking at, from what the other models are trending to, I think this could shift a little bit more north. But you keep fast forwarding this. I mean, there's a ton of freezing rain popping off with this right here, and a lot of heavy snow popping off too. And I mean, it starts to go absolutely bonkers over in this region. Let's go to the Mid-Atlantic, and I want to take note of this. This is 50 plus hours out, and you can see a heavy snow event is happening right here in this region, from basically southern Ohio into West Virginia, central West Virginia, western Virginia over here. You guys can start seeing snow. It just areas like right here between, like, near Cincinnati and stuff like that. Right here, this is the freezing rain area. This is a lot, and I mean a heavy freezing rain happening right here. So like I said, I am very concerned about the freezing rain threat over here in this region between Kentucky all the way back over into Missouri. Like I said, we'll talk more about that in just a moment here. But you keep fast forwarding this through, and I mean, this is, wow. I mean, look how it just blows up here. Heavy snow event for the Mid-Atlantic region. DC, Baltimore, maybe even Philly. You guys could get a lot of snow out of this, possibly. This might be your bigger snowstorm you've seen in a while. And I mean, the European is showing a hefty snow event down here in the Delmarva. Wow, that is a lot of snow right there. But you keep pushing this through, and then maybe you could get some back end snow from it as well. If you've seen right there, yeah, look at that. Back end snow could also happen in those areas. But about time you get into, what is this, Tuesday, probably Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, the storm should be well out of our woods. It should be out of here, and it should be done and all over with. So what the European is showing with snowfall totals right now is around, in some areas you can get to 8 to 12 inches of snow, maybe even 12 to 18 inches of snow in some places. for the forecast right here. Well, this is not an official forecast yet, but this is what the the European model is showing. Like I said, there's some areas that can reach 13, 14 inches of snow, maybe even 15 inches in some areas, in like Kansas and Kansas City, and a little bit, some places in Missouri as well. I do think the snowfall totals could be a little bit higher over here in Missouri. Like I said, this storm is going to be, it's going to be a heavy band of snow. I'm feeling like that's going to form. But yeah, that's what it's showing for the northeastern part of Kansas and a central part too. A lot of Kansas is going to see a lot of snow from this, so that's just something to keep in mind about. St. Louis, you guys could see around 6 inches of snow. Probably 5 to 8 inches actually could be your forecast in that area. And just central Missouri in general, you could see 8 to 12 inches of snow more than likely from this, so definitely keep that in mind. Now you go over here to the Ohio Valley region, and as you can see, a lot of places, look at this, 15 inches near Cincinnati in that area. Look at that, 15 inches. You could have, actually, it's showing not a lot of snow for Indianapolis, which I honestly feel like Indianapolis could definitely see a little bit more snow than what is forecasted. I do think that this will trend a little bit more to the north here. Like all these snowfall totals, I think it will trend a little bit to the north, I feel like, because honestly, that's what most of the models are showing right now from the looks of it. I'll show you guys that in just a moment. But that's what it's looking like for me. But right now, we're going to talk about it. Like I said, these are the snowfall totals. Around 15 inches near Cincinnati and northern Kentucky. And even into West Virginia, even in mountains, of course. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, even in the mountains, of course, you guys can see a lot of snow from this. I mean, there's a huge stretch of 13 to 15 inches right here in that area in Virginia and West Virginia. So we'll talk more about that in just a second. But a widespread area of 5 to 8 inches of snow in these regions, maybe even isolated areas into 10 inches. I mean, yeah, look at that. There's a lot of areas that can get to 10 inches of snow. Basically all of West Virginia, you can see over 5 inches of snow from this. A lot of northern Kentucky too. You can see a lot of snow from this. Like I said, this could trend either more south or more north, but we'll talk more about that in just a bit. Now, this is what it's showing for the Mid-Atlantic region, and I mean, oh my, look at that. Hefty, look at this. Some places in the ocean, it could be 20 inches of snow. Wow, that's pretty insane. 17 inches in the Maryland area, or the coastal Maryland area. Jeez, look at this. In Virginia, you can see 15 to 16 inches. Look at that. That's a lot of snow. It's a lot of snow that's being forecasted right now. And like I said, this could trend, north or south. And I mean, some of the models have been trending a little bit more to the north. So I do think DC, like I said, DC is showing 7 inches around your area. And Baltimore around 4 to 5 inches in your area as well. And in Philly, you guys can see around 2 inches from what the European is suggesting. But like I said, this could go north or south. So this definitely, I feel like this might change. I don't know if it will, but it might change as we get closer to the event. Now, if we look at the GFS model run, and let's look at this one right here. So we fast forward this. I feel like this thing forms a lot faster with the GFS model run, and the GFS is a little bit more widespread, which I feel like this might be a little bit more realistic than the Euro. I mean, you have a more widespread, like, wintry mix and just precipitation in general. And I mean, as you can see, this thing just blows up over Kansas. Like a lot of heavy snow and a lot of freezing rain unfolding. So that's something you don't want to see. But you keep this pushing. Let's go to the Ohio Valley now. But yeah, actually, let's look at the snowfall totals for Kansas. Yeah, I mean, northeastern Kansas, you guys are definitely in a bullseye for some type of heavy snow. I do think you guys could see over possibly a foot of snow from this in some places. So if you do live in northeastern Kansas or central Kansas, do expect a lot of snow from this. Just by the looks of it. Same thing for you in like Kansas City. You guys could expect maybe 8 to 12 inches of snow in some areas over here in Kansas City. So I definitely recommend preparing now. I mean, you don't have a lot of time. This storm is forming tomorrow. It's going to drop heavy snow on you starting tomorrow. So I definitely recommend getting ready for this. I mean, look at this. Look at this line of 15 to 16 inches of snow right here. Look at this. 21 inches in Missouri. Once again, look, there's a lot of snow just popping in. And we're going to get more into in-depth in this in just a second here. But geez, I mean, just look at that. And we're going to keep pushing this on through right here. And as you can see, I mean, look at that. Heavy snow, like I said, this is a little bit more of a northern trajectory than a European model. And I do think this is a little bit more, I'm leaning towards a little bit more to the GFS side with this one. I know the GFS has been a little wonky lately with this storm in general, but honestly, I think the GFS got his grip together. I think it has a pretty solid area that it's targeting for this snowstorm. So you keep pushing this through. I mean, this is a lot of heavy snow, a lot of freezing rain start popping off. In northern Kentucky, like I said, Indianapolis, you're getting involved with some heavy snow now. Peoria, Champaign, Illinois, Columbus, Ohio, Cincinnati. You guys could be getting heavy snow or mixed precipitation. Same thing with West Virginia. Like I said, you guys could definitely see ice after this storm, and you keep pushing this through. And you could get some back end light snow from this as well, from the looks of it, as you can see. Some back end light snow. Nothing too crazy, but definitely should get something there as well. But the main threat is really the ice in the Kentucky area. Oops, I keep doing that. Sorry about that, y'all. You keep pushing this on through right here, and I mean, look at that. Freezer rain, heavy snow starts to fall in D.C., Baltimore region around Monday morning. I mean, just look at that. And maybe some mixed precipitation here and there in the Delmarva area, but still, I think this is going to be a mostly heavy snow event for you guys. And I mean, it just keeps on pushing. Look at this. You got some back-end snow coming in, heavy back-end snow at that, coming in all the way until, like, was that Tuesday morning? And then it's out of here by Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon. So that is, that's a hefty snowstorm right there, y'all. And let's look at the snow totals from this. These are your snowfall totals for a lot of these regions. I mean, look at this. 16 to 17 inches in some places. Look at that. 18, 19 inches over here in western Indiana. I mean, this is a hefty snowstorm event from what the GFS is showing right now. I mean, look at that. It's a huge corridor of snow just popping up all against here. Skinny, not a skinny area, but like a pretty... It's a pretty widespread area, a pretty elongated area of heavy snow that's supposed to fall from what the GFS is, you know, forecasting right now. So I really do think in some of these areas, you guys could see upwards to 8 to 12 inches of snow in this corridor or in this region right here. I'm going to circle it for you guys. If you live anywhere in this region, depending on how far north or south the storm goes, you guys could see a pretty decent amount of snow, like a pretty measurable amount of snow, like 5 to 8 to 12 inches of snow in this region, depending on how far north or how far south it goes. I know I keep saying that, but it really depends on what, you know, this storm does. We'll have more information tomorrow on what this thing does, but just by the looks of it, I mean, this could either trend north or south, and you know, I'm not sure. I'm gonna see the next model run when the 0Z comes out, which is gonna be in the next couple of hours. But yeah, this is a pretty hefty snow event for the Ohio Valley region. Probably the most hefty one you guys seen since I mean a couple of years maybe, if I'm not mistaken. So that's really something to look out for. But let's just push this on through to the Mid-Atlantic now. And he pushes on through to the Mid-Atlantic region. I mean, it's still showing a lot. Look at this. You have 12 inches near the Baltimore area, and 8 to 9 inches, maybe even 10 inches in the DC area. Look at this, the Delmarva near Philly. You could get 8 inches. Look at that, Delmarva, 11 to 12 inches. South Jersey, 11 to 12 inches as well. You guys, like I said, you guys could definitely get a decent amount. Like, this area is definitely, I'm going to circle it again. This area right here, definitely could get a pretty hefty snow event, depending on how far south or north this thing goes. So I definitely recommend just looking out for, looking out for like the most recent forecasts for the, you know, for the snowstorm and stuff. Because I do think that one of these areas are going to get at least a foot of snow, possibly, depending on what this storm does and how, you know, how it trends. So that's really something to keep in mind about. And the main thing I really want to talk about is the ice. Now, what the GFS is showing is definitely not a forecast. I think this is way too bullish. It's showing almost 2 inches of ice. Yeah, that's a lot of ice. But I don't think that's going to happen at all. If anything like this ever happens, this will be catastrophic. Like, I'm not even just trying to hype anything up. Look at this. 2 inches of ice. Why is it showing that much? But this is not going to happen. Don't worry about that. That is not going to happen. That is not an official forecast. But Jesus, that is a lot of ice that this thing is showing. But yeah, this is the ice areas. This is the areas that could get impacted by ice, or likely will get impacted by ice. Just not at this caliber, I don't think. Hopefully not. But yeah, the GFS is pointing out these areas from basically south central Missouri, southern Illinois, southern Indiana, northern Kentucky, maybe almost all of Kentucky. Actually, you could be getting some ice accumulation. A lot of West Virginia and Virginia as well. So if you guys live in these areas, I definitely would prepare for an ice storm at a pretty high caliber. Not at this caliber though. This is definitely not going to happen. But you know, an ice storm is definitely going to happen for sure. Just not going to drop as much as what the GFS is showing. I would say a pretty, you know, realistic forecast would be you know, maybe in some areas 3/4 of an inch, in isolated areas 3/4 of an inch of ice. So crippling ice and damaging ice is definitely possible for a lot of these areas in Kentucky. So just definitely keep that in mind. And to end off the video here, like I said, I'm sorry if this is not like a, you know, the best forecasting video. Like I said, I'm just starting to get into these, you know, forecasting videos for you guys. Like I said, the more I do these videos, the better I will get with like explaining things and stuff like that. So just bear with me here. I'm just trying to help you guys out and give you guys, you know, just let you guys know what's going on out there. But yeah, this is one of the short range models, and this is the NAM. The NAM is showing a little bit more of a northern trajectory with these storms, like the GFS is. So, I mean, as you can see, there's still areas like north of Kansas City that could see around 15 inches of snow, 10 inches of snow near the Kansas City area. I think this is Topeka right here. You guys can see around 10 inches. You know, that's what it's showing with the NAM model. Same thing with like near St. Louis. St. Louis is right here, around 3 to 4 inches, possibly right here with snow in St. Louis. This is a more realistic run, I feel like. I mean, look at this. Yeah, 15 inches. I mean, I don't know if it's realistic, but you know, you guys know what I mean. Yeah, up here near Cincinnati, you can get 11 to 12 inches. Basically a foot of snow right there. Foot of snow over here. And Indianapolis, you can see 5 to 8 inches of snow in that area. And keep pushing through to Pittsburgh. You guys can see some snow as well, maybe 5 inches of snow. Of course, the mountains are going to see over a foot of snow. And let's push this through to the Mid-Atlantic region. And I mean, what is showing in the Mid-Atlantic region? Wow. And by the way, I live in this area, like near the Baltimore DC area. I would be very surprised if you see anything over a foot and a half. This is a foot and a half of snow it's showing right now, which is insane. But the Baltimore area, 15 inches. DC, 12 to 15 inches possibly in some of these areas. The Delmarva area, 15 inches in some of the Delmarva areas. Southern Jersey, 12 to 15 inches. I mean, that's a lot of snow. And in the outside areas, don't forget Philly. Philly could get 5 inches of snow from the looks of it. 8 inches in the surrounding areas, like from, you know, all the way down to maybe as far south as like Fredericksburg and Virginia. And I mean, look at that. Just look at this. Look at this thick band of snow, man. This is, I don't know. This is definitely going to be a crazy snow event for a lot of people. Like, this is going to be one to remember for a while. Severe weather threat with this too. And we'll talk about that in tomorrow's video, because we're going to have a better understanding of what's going to happen tomorrow. But this is just a video about the snowstorm. We'll talk more about the severe weather tomorrow. Like I said, there is a slight risk of severe weather for Mississippi and Louisiana, and I think not Alabama, but Arkansas as well. Looks like a damaging wind threat, but like I said, we'll look more into that tomorrow. We'll have more specific detail on that and see what's going to go on with that storm. But without further ado, I am going to end this video here. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you can, please leave a like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications in case you want more uploads just like this. I will start to upload daily until the storm happens. Like I said, I apologize if I'm not the best, you know, weather person out right now. You know, I'm not the best at explaining things. I'm going to slowly get better at it, because I haven't done forecast videos like this in a while, and I haven't done them consistently either. So I'm still learning how to explain things and, you know, how to make the videos better for you guys. So, you know, just bear with me here. And yeah, like I said, I'll have a live stream for you guys tomorrow talking about the snow event. And yeah, I will catch you guys in tomorrow's video before the stream. And yeah, I will catch you guys later. Until next time, peace out.